Hey everyone, Chris with the Kentucky Woodsman channel. Well, it's been a long time since we've done an update on the off-grid cabin. Yes, it's still a thing, and yes, it still exists. I just recently published a video that I thought I'd released a long time ago, but according to YouTube, it had no views and had errors when I published it. I'm not quite sure how I missed it, but I did, and I just corrected the errors and published it just today. So if it is a duplicate, I apologize, but it kind of got me to thinking it's time to do an update on the off-grid cabin. Well, I keep trying to say up-grid cabin. It's off-grid cabin. But we are up here today. You might have saw a glimpse of it or two in the making maple syrup videos, because a couple of our taps were right below the off-grid cabin. But today we're going to check out some of the things that I've got planned for the off-grid cabin. I've been up here today doing a little cleanup, trying to get things straightened up. It's been a while since I've been up here and spent any time, to be honest with you. So it's good to be back. Got a little fire going in the fire pit, just kicked back and kind of enjoying my morning. Stick with us, folks. It's going to be a lot of fun. One of the first things that you will notice, I started on this probably 3 or 4, well, I won't say 3 or 4, but at least 3 years ago. I started on a little shelter here beside the cabin. It's just a few feet from the cabin that overlooks the valley below. It's going to have a grill. It's going to eventually have a top on it. Just kind of a little small shelter house to just spend some time on and sit in the bench and maybe cook some burgers or steaks or something like that. This is something that is in process. It is something that I started on, and once again, another one of them things that I've not finished. But this is, as you can see, in process. It's probably half done. I've got all the material I need, I think, to go ahead and finish the top on it to kind of get it out of the rain and everything. So hopefully that will be going on real soon. Now, it may not look like much right now other than a big pile of scrap wood and lumber, but this is actually split rail fencing, and this will eventually go in around the cabin, or partially around the cabin at least. It's not really to keep anyone or anything out. It's more just to kind of keep the tradition of a cabin going. It will go around the perimeter of the property and just kind of be a little bit of ambiance for the cabin. I'm not sure how to put that. Ambiance is a big word. It's one I don't typically use. But anyway, this is split rail fencing that will eventually go around at least part of the cabin property. Now, going into the cabin, as you can see, I have added a futon. I started on the poplar flooring several years ago. Well, at least 2 years ago, I started on the poplar flooring. I'm going to try to finish that up very soon. The plans are to start maybe even as early as this week to try to get this job finalized, and that way I can use the futon to its full potential. There's the mattress for the full futon, and you see all this felt here. Well, Coyote 238 Adam donated all this felt for interior wall insulation, and I will be using it to insulate the walls. Now, granted, I know going and buying fiberglass insulation would probably be more efficient than just felt, but this felt is free and it does insulate very well. So I will be using this to insulate the interior walls. And it does, I'm pretty sure, have a fire retardant material on it or a chemical on it, so maybe it'll help keep fires at bay if we're lucky. You know, being in the woods, a forest fire is a constant worry when you have one of these cabins. I've got the majority of the exterior finished. I've still got a lot of the interior to do on the cabin, but hopefully that will come this year, if at all possible. You know, if I've said it once, I've said it probably several times. My work schedule has really become a controlling factor of what I get done and what happens in my spare time. I've tried everything in my possible ability to slow my work schedule down, and it just seems like in today's world that we live in, where it's hard to get employees and where it's hard to keep people on the job, just the way it's been since the, for a lack of a better word, since the great differential has happened. And you all know what the differential is. You all know what's changed our world beyond belief. It's just my jobs have required more and more and more of my time. Folks, my spare time is very precious to me, like it is anyone. And I have had very little of it over the last few years. So I'm hoping to get back to a situation to where I'll have a little more time to do things that I want to do and things that I've started and get them completed and all that. So hopefully you'll bear with me. My video productions have slowed down. I realize that. It's just been a very trying couple of years as far as my work schedule goes. So we're going to continue with the off-grid cabin. We're going to continue to build the dream and make it what I envisioned 6-7 years ago now. It's just going to take some time. I do appreciate everyone who's continued to watch, who watches the videos on a regular basis, who keeps up with the updates. Like I said, a video got published today that I would have swore was published several years ago, and according to YouTube, it had not been. And in all honesty, I don't remember. Just too much time has passed through the hourglass since then. So if it's a duplicate, I apologize. If it's new to you, I hope you enjoyed the video. But stay tuned. We've got a lot still left in us, and we got a lot going on, and we're going to try to get back at the off-grid cabin and get some things accomplished, and may have some friends up to spend a weekend with us in the near future, and just have some good times. Enjoy life once again. I appreciate your continued commitment to my channel. I appreciate you watching. I hope you continue to watch the Off-Grid Cabin playlist and keep up with us as we move along. Folks, you have a great weekend, and stay blessed.